What's going on, Bengals fans? Stone Shields on hand for another edition of Bengals Breakdown. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here this evening. Sorry this video is getting out a little bit later than we intended. It's been a busy day here at Chat Sports, and with nothing really pressing with the Bengals making any signings, we kind of pushed this back to later in the day. But coming up on today's show, we do have a report from NFL Network in regards to Trey Hendrickson that I do want to touch on from Cameron Wolfe over there at NFL Network that could potentially impact the Cincinnati Bengals trading Trey Hendrickson. Also, officially, the Rams released wide receiver Cooper Kupp earlier today, so he is a free agent, and NFL Network once again saying that his market is very, very hot right now, and understandably so. I still think Cooper Kupp has a lot of good football ahead of him. We spent a ton of time talking about Cooper Kupp here on Bengals Breakdown. I'm going to continue doing that here with this show today now that he has been officially released. By the way, doing some solo producing here on this video, so if you see me look down, whatever the case may be, just trying to do multiple things here at once as we progress through today's show. Before we start, make sure you guys give me a follow over on Twitter at StoneShields_. Trying to get to 600 followers here by the end of the month of March. We're making some good progress here. I think we're in that 540, 550 range. All of our Bengals Breakdown content will be posted to my Twitter page, so don't miss out on any of that. You also see a lot of short-form content up there as well. So help me out trying to get to 600 followers here and expand what we're doing here at Bengals Breakdown. Give me a follow at StoneShields_. All right, so new report from Cameron Wolfe of NFL Network talking about the Bengals' big three. And overall, my takeaway from this report is I think it is good news. Obviously, as Bengals fans, we are trying to find some good news because we all were really excited, right, when we heard Duke Tobin speak at the NFL Combine. And ever since then, it's kind of been like, we haven't really got to where we want to get to. Certainly not even close with as far as the big three goes, Trey Hendrickson, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. Let's talk about Trey Hendrickson first in regards to a potential trade for the Cincinnati Bengals. This is what Cameron Wolfe had to say. He said, I was told that the asking price for Trey Hendrickson is also very high. Bengals are asking for a first-round pick and more. I was told teams are waiting that out and hoping that market drops a little bit when the Bengals come down. My immediate reaction to this is I think this is good news, right? If you're asking for a first-round pick and more for Trey Hendrickson at this point in his career, I think that you don't really have necessarily, really true aspirations when it comes to trading him, right? I think it's kind of more of a slow play thing. They said, hey, certainly granted him the ability to go seek a trade, feel things out, but I don't know if anyone's going to be giving up a first-round pick and more for Trey Hendrickson. Mind you, they're going to have to pay him as well. It just doesn't seem very realistic, as Cameron Wolfe put out as well. A lot of other teams are kind of sitting there like waiting for that to come down, right? And if I'm Cincinnati, I probably don't come down because, like Duke Tobin said at the NFL Combine, he really doesn't have any intentions on trading Trey Hendrickson. So the report that came out, a few days ago saying that, hey, the Bengals were giving him permission to seek a trade. A lot of people kind of freaked out about it, but this isn't something where Cincinnati is just going to give him away. It would take a heck of a lot in order to move off Trey Hendrickson. Also want to bring up this quote here from B.J. Hill. So he officially signed his deal today, 3 years extension with the Cincinnati Bengals, and he was talking about Trey Hendrickson. This is what he had to say. Just kind of wanted to add this in here, kind of last minute to today's show. He said, Trey wants to be in Cincinnati. I know for a fact he loves Cincinnati. He loves the fans. He loves the community. He loves the team, coaches, everybody. He wants to be here at the end of the day. So just more reassurance there from B.J. Hill, kind of letting everybody know, hey, he wants to be here. And I do believe that. I do think it's true. Trey Hendrickson has said that before. It just comes down to whether or not Cincinnati can ultimately reach an agreement with him. We all know they have a lot to do. Leads to the pinned comment of today's video. Will the Bengals trade Trey Hendrickson? Do you think this is something that could become reality for the Cincinnati Bengals, actually making a trade, moving off Trey Hendrickson? Let me know at the pinned comment of today's video. If that ad comes here on YouTube, that's totally fine. Take advantage of it. Get down in the comment section. Let us know what you think. All right, two other things I want to talk about in regards to Cameron Wolfe and what he had to say for NFL Network a little bit earlier today. He said everybody that he talks to believes the Jamar Chase deal will eventually get done. I also think this is very intriguing news, right? We've seen the cryptic post, right, from Jamar Chase, and, we've heard the reports that obviously nothing has gotten done at this point. It might drag into the summer as a fan base. That worries us a little bit, as it should, considering we're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals here after all. But good to hear this from Wolfe. Has confidence. Everybody that he talks to believes it will get done. And for the record, I do as well. Did it get a little bit harder with the Myles Garrett extension, blowing, the highest paid non-quarterback market out of the water? Sure. But I think Jamar Chase is going to get that. He's going to eclipse that. It's just a matter of when, not if, the Bengals and Jamar Chase and his team reach an agreement. That kind of ties in to this last part here from Cameron Wolfe. He says that the Bengals do have a sense of urgency. They want to avoid the holdout situation. Now, my gut kind of has told me that this is going to drag out to the summer, and then they'll kind of get it done at the buzzer like they typically do when they get deals done. Tends to be at the buzzer. But that's good that, he's hearing from Cincinnati that, hey, they want to avoid this holdout. And he tied it in to the slow starts for the Cincinnati Bengals football team. I think you directly could impact their slow start last year to the Jamar Chase situation, right? There was a lot of things going on with Jamar that first game against New England. He did not look like himself. People around the league truly believe that there was a chance that he might not even play that game and might actually continue his holdout into the season. There was no doubt that it was a distraction. Cincinnati needs to avoid that so they can get off to a fast start in September of next year. And in order for them to do that, they're going to need to reach deals with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on time and prevent them from holding out. Good to hear from Cameron Wolfe that is the intent for the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll continue with our Cooper Kupp signing rumors here in a minute. But first, want to give a shout out to our friends over at Fanatics. Let you guys know that Bengals sideline hats are out now. They are available now. You can go get them at chatsports.com/Bengals sideline. I got a few of these myself. Really recommend you guys get over, check those out. By the way, that link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. Got plenty of great deals up there as well. Really not just hats entirely. There's all kinds of Bengals stuff you can check out with Fanatics. Really encourage you guys to do that. Once again, that link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. All right, let's talk Cooper Kupp here. Second half of today's edition of Bengals Breakdown. Rams are officially releasing Cooper Kupp. He will be playing with a new football team next year. This is what he put out on Twitter. 8 years of incredible memories. Thank you to those for these shared moments. Thank you, LA, for welcoming my family with opening arms and allowing us to grow here. Next chapter starts now. Best is yet to come. He did have a bunch more in his tweet as well. Just kind of condensed it down to that a little bit. But look, my thought process on Cooper Kupp hasn't changed. I said from the jump I would like Cooper Kupp to get here in Cincinnati, and I think there is a better chance now that you don't have to trade for Cooper Kupp. Now, as I said at the top of the show, his market is hot right now. Per league sources, there are a ton of people around the league, ton of teams around the league that are going to want to add Cooper Kupp. And we'll kind of go into what exactly he could do with this Cincinnati Bengals offense here in a moment. But first, another opportunity for you guys to get involved with our show here at Bengals Breakdown. Do you want to add Cooper Kupp? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Type A for yes or B for no for me in the comments right now. Let's take a look at what Cincinnati is working with currently here at that wide receiver room. Obviously, things are a bit up in the air at this point with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. But it's really my way of thinking that Cooper Kupp would be the last piece to this offense. Your offense at this point, with the guys that you have, and of course Joe Burrow leading the way, is virtually unstoppable at this point. But I think you would be literally unstoppable if you threw Cooper Kupp into the mix. Is he the same player he once was? No. Is he the same guy that won the Triple Crown in 2021? No, he's not. Is there injury concerns with Cooper Kupp? Is he going to miss some time? Yes, yes, yes. All those things are true, but at the same time, he is still Cooper Kupp. And if he's out there on the football field with Jamar Chase, with T. Higgins, guess what? He's getting single covered. You got Mike Gesicki out there as well that could really create a lot of problems for opposing defenses. I just think Cooper Kupp would fit in perfectly with Joe Burrow. There is that, relationship with Zach Taylor as well from when Taylor was in Los Angeles with the Rams. And I still think Cooper Kupp has a lot of good football ahead of him, to be completely honest with you. And I think he would be a great fit here in Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Bengals. We'll see. Again, his market is very big at this point. There are a lot of teams that are going to want to go after him. Does Cincinnati need another receiver? No, they don't, but I think this really could put them over the top offensively. Got a lot of stuff to clean up that is, more important than Cooper Kupp, right? You got to figure out what you're going to do with Chase and Higgins. Hendrickson, bringing in more pieces on the defensive side of the ball. By the way, this free agency period for Cincinnati has not been pretty whatsoever. We'll dive into that in a later video. But I am still bullish on Cooper Kupp, and I still think it would be great for him to land in Cincinnati. Make sure you guys hit that sub button, youtube.com/BengalsTV. No moves to this point as we're filming this video at about 7 o'clock for Cincinnati today, but we will have you covered if indeed they make a move either tonight or in the coming days. So hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/BengalsTV.